Hey everyone, welcome. So have you ever looked at a computer and wondered what's actually inside that thing? Like what makes it tick? Today we're going to take that mystery box apart, not literally, and explain every major component inside a computer in a way that actually makes sense. Whether you're a total beginner or just need a refresher, stick around. This is going to be fun. Let's start with the motherboard. Think of it as the body of the computer. It's a big circuit board that connects everything together. Every single component, the processor, RAM, storage, all plugs into the motherboard. Without it, nothing can talk to anything else. It's basically the backbone. Next up, the CPU, or Central Processing Unit. This is the brain of the computer. It does all the thinking, calculating, and decision-making. Every time you open an app, click a button, or run a game, the CPU is processing those instructions millions, sometimes billions of times per second. The faster your CPU, the faster your computer thinks. Now, here's a cool thing about modern CPUs. They have multiple cores. Think of each core as a separate brain worker. A single-core CPU can only do one task at a time. A quad-core can handle 4 simultaneously. That's why a CPU with more cores is better at multitasking, like streaming video while running antivirus without slowing down. Alright, RAM, Random Access Memory. If the CPU is the brain, RAM is the brain's short-term memory. It temporarily holds the data the CPU is actively using right now. So if you have lots of browser tabs open, video editing software, and Spotify running, all of that is sitting in RAM. More RAM means you can do more things at once without your computer freezing up. Here's something that trips people up all the time. RAM is not storage. RAM is temporary. When you turn off your computer, everything in RAM disappears. That's why we have storage, like hard drives and SSDs, to keep your files permanently. Think of RAM as your desk workspace, and storage as your filing cabinet. Speaking of storage, there are 2 main types. First, the HDD, hard disk drive, which uses a spinning magnetic disk to store data. It's slower but cheaper and stores a lot. Then there's the SSD, solid state drive, which has no moving parts. It uses flash memory, making it much faster. An SSD can boot your computer in seconds versus a minute with an HDD. Now let's talk about the GPU, the graphics processing unit. This chip handles everything you see on screen, rendering images, videos, and animations. Gamers love powerful GPUs because they're what makes games look stunning and run smoothly. But GPUs are also used for video editing, 3D design, and even AI processing. Your monitor plugs into the GPU, not the CPU. Every component in your computer needs power, and that's the job of the PSU, or Power Supply Unit. It takes the electricity from your wall outlet, which comes in AC format, and converts it to the DC power your components need. Different components need different voltages, and the PSU delivers the right amount to each. A weak PSU can actually crash your whole system. All that processing generates a lot of heat. If a CPU overheats, it slows itself down, or worse, shuts off entirely to protect itself. That's why cooling matters. You've got air cooling, fans and heat sinks that pull heat away, and liquid cooling, which uses water loops to transfer heat more efficiently. Keeping your CPU cool means keeping it fast. All these components live inside a computer case, also called the chassis. It's not just a box. The case manages airflow, holds components securely, and protects them from dust and damage. Cases come in different sizes: full tower, mid tower, and mini ITX for small builds. Good airflow design in a case can make a real difference in keeping temperatures low. The monitor is what you actually look at. It displays the visual output from the GPU. Monitors come in different resolutions. 1080p is a standard, 1440p is sharper, and 4K is ultra crisp. They also have different refresh rates. 60 Hz means 60 frames per second, while 144 Hz gives much smoother motion, especially in games. Higher Hertz equals a smoother experience. Keyboards and mice are your input devices, the way you communicate with your computer. The keyboard lets you type commands and text. The mouse lets you navigate the screen visually. There are wired versions, which are more reliable, and wireless ones, which are more convenient. Gaming mice often have higher DPI, meaning more precision in movement. Now, let's briefly touch on the operating system, the software that manages all the hardware. Windows, Mac OS, and Linux are the big ones. The OS sits between your apps and the hardware. When you open Chrome, the OS tells the CPU to run it, tells the RAM to load it, and tells the GPU to display it. Without an OS, hardware is just expensive plastic and metal. Before the operating system loads, there's something called BIOS, or UEFI on modern systems. It stands for Basic Input-Output System. It's the very first thing that runs when you power on your computer. It checks all hardware is connected properly, then hands control over to the operating system. You can access BIOS settings to configure boot order or enable performance modes. Computers have lots of ports, the connectors you plug things into. USB ports are the most common for keyboards, mice, flash drives. HDMI and DisplayPort are for monitors. USB-C is newer and can carry data, video, and power all in one cable. Ethernet is for wired internet. Audio jacks are for headphones and microphones. Knowing your ports means knowing what gear you can connect. To connect to the internet, your computer uses a network card, either a wired Ethernet card or a Wi-Fi card. Many motherboards have these built in today. Wi-Fi lets you connect wirelessly to your router. Wired Ethernet gives you faster and more stable speeds. For gaming or video calls, wired is always better. The network card handles all communication with the outside world. Let's bring it all together. You click to open a video. The CPU processes the click. RAM loads the video player app instantly. The SSD retrieves the video file. The GPU decodes and renders each frame. The monitor displays it. The audio chip sends sound to your speakers. The PSU powers all of this, and the OS coordinates every step. This all happens in milliseconds, every single time. Now that you understand components, let's talk about what matters when choosing a computer. For everyday use, email, browsing, documents, you don't need anything fancy. For gaming, get a strong GPU and CPU. For video editing, prioritize RAM and a fast CPU. For students, a mid-range laptop covers everything. Always match the specs to your actual needs. And that's it. You now understand the key components inside every computer. The motherboard, CPU, RAM, storage, GPU, PSU, cooling, and more. You know what each one does and how they work together. Computers aren't mysterious anymore. They're just a team of specialized parts working together to run your world. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs it. See you next time.